Well, hi. I just wanted to have a chance to chat with you about this amazing 55-page game book adventure game empire that Alessandro has put together. I am loving this, and I wanted to share with you some of the research that I've done about this. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and chat with you. Maybe you've seen it. Right now, it's one of the number one sellers, and people are just flocking to it. And I want you to have a chance to flock to it as well. It's called Adventure Gamebook Empire. And what I'm going to show you here is just how I'm doing my research, to look on Amazon to see what these books are about. Now, some of these books have actually been around for quite some time. Some of them 10 years, some of them even 20 years. And yet they're still ranking really highly for their category. Um, this book gives you 3 story paths. It gives you 45 choices, 21 endings. But what I want to show you most importantly is if you look inside of these books, they're not complicated. And I think that's one of the most important things I want people to take away from this, is to make sure that you are not overcomplicating these stories. The reason why the prompt gives you 55 pages is so that you have text as well as you have images. Images play a big role in this story. So you can see, here's the chapters here, but I want you to get this is just the look inside, but look at how big the font is. Look at how big these margins are. They've put it on very pretty paper, so if you build it in Canva or some other, I use Atticus, but you can build it on this beautiful background paper. You can build these images using AI, which is shown in the course. And then we go into chapter 1, and then basically it just has this turn the page, and then it goes through the story. But look at how big this font is, all right? I really think that that is important to see. And then here's how they do the choices at the bottom of the page. To fight the battle, you turn to page 13. To do this adventure, learn the life, then you turn to page 41. All these different things are going on here, and I think that is the big takeaway that I have by doing this research for these different books. So I've been looking at a number of these books, and I just wanted to share a couple of them with you. This woman here, she has a whole bunch of these. These people are making huge series out of them. Again, this has been around since 2012, these books, yet they're still ranking really highly and have lots of reviews. All right, this is ancient China, colonial America, the Middle Ages, ancient Egypt, World War II, Berlin Wall. So just like what the prompts that you're getting, it's all about these ancient histories. All right. For teachers, this is a gold mine, because this is a way to really help your kids want to take note of history. But you can also make these super fun. This is more for, you want to make sure you're targeting certain age groups. There's young adults, there's kids, there's teens, and there's just full on adults if you're doing the war stories and stuff like that. This guy has a 3 books in his series, and it's mostly geared towards these younger kids. So you can take any of the stories that you have and make them, all you have to do is just change the protagonist to be a younger person within the story, and have ChatGPT make the story more aligned for a younger age group. This gentleman here, these books are like 20 years old, and they're still making a lot of money, which I'll show you in a minute. What he's done is he wrote the books, and then he put them into a box set, and that's definitely a way to go. So this is Mayan stories, this is the ninja stories, this is a little historical vignettes, and each of these stories have like multiple endings to them, just like what you're getting with the prompts that you're getting. So here's The Abominable Snowman. We're going to take a look inside of this book as well, just so again you can see he has 28 endings, all right? And we can look again inside here. Most of these books are 6x9, and so that's something to consider when you're looking at your fonts and things like that. He's got some interesting layout there. But look how much room's on this page. Turn to page 2, then page 4. Then he has huge images which take up 2 pages because he's showing you the mountains. So illustrations play a big part in telling the story and making it interesting and interactive. And it says go to the next page. And then if you decide to cancel your meeting, you go to page 7. And that's really all these books are about. That's all these books are about, is going to different pages. And again, these books are not very long. There's 144 pages. The prompt that we're giving you gives you a 55-page book, which means that depending on the size of the fonts that you're using and how many images you're using within the book, can easily be expanded to 144 pages. So that's what I really wanted you to see, how these people are putting these books together. This book was written in 2006, and it's a 4x6 book, so it's really a small paperback. And yet it is still so popular. He's still pulling in $251 a month from this one book with a bestseller rank of 133. Well, he has a whole bunch of these books. He's got like 20 of them. All right. So that is the takeaway that you should get from here, is to make the books, make them in a group. So these are all about the Mayan Empire or about South America. And then he put them all together in a book. And so when you do that, you're building a brand. All right. This Titanic book, this is part of 29 book series of interactive history stories. Again, this book has 3 story paths, 35 choices, and 15 endings. Each one of the books that is in the series is the same. Now, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can go and grab some of these books and take a look inside yourself. That's how I do my research. And there's just so many of these books. I was looking in Publisher Rocket at interactive children's stories, and we can see what the search volume is here. The average earnings is $11,000. And so when you bring all these words together to make a book, in your back-end keywords, you're going to be really touching on quite a popular marketplace. All right. And many of these books are older because they're very challenging for people to make. People who are in low content books aren't going to make these books. All right. So that is probably the biggest thing to think about, is who is going to make these books. People who want to invest some time into their books are going to be spending the time to make these books, because they do take quite a lot of time to make. All right. This guy's book, again, I said they're like 20 years old, and he's still making $10,000 a month from this series of books. So this is nothing to sneeze at, this opportunity. So when we're looking at what I'm working on giving you as my bonus, I'm giving you a step-by-step standard operating procedure document so that you really can dial in how to make these books. My computer's really slow because I'm making a video here, so let's see if I can get that page to load. But I have a step-by-step document that will walk you through it. Plus, I'm also giving you prompts for covers, which is something that I really like to do. I took the main categories that are in that front end, the ancient Egyptian tomb expeditions, the Norse books. Let's see, my computer is very slow right now. And runes, samurai clan betrayals, the medieval knights, and you have basically what the prompt will look like. And then, of course, you can take the prompt and change it any way that you want. So I gave you about 50 of these that cover all the topics that are in the front end. And then, so that's if you grab that OT01. And then for the front end, I gave you a standard operating procedure document taking you through every single step on how to build these books yourself so that you're not confused and you sort of have a checklist of what you're doing. But also, you can vibe code these stories. If you have Canva, free even, or you understand how to do vibe coding, it's really simple. You just basically take this prompt, which I show you how to do, and you plop it into Canva, and it rewrites that prompt for you, and then it will output an interactive game that you can use, especially if you're a teacher. You can be vibe coding with your students. So I just, again, wanted to share that opportunity with you about what this is all about. This is a fun offer, and I think that you'll enjoy it. I certainly am. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you inside.